Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to cover the yesterday's live from the Bandai. So they have announced some pretty good things. First is EX Big Mom is going to arrive, which is a defender and runner. Means she can change just like EX Luffy. The second thing is they are going to apply background music like over the top dreaming on paint, and this one I don't know which is the first, it's in Japanese. So and the second, they have updated the room matches, like addition of customized room and room chat room. Users can change the number of people to battle with, like ex 1 versus 1 or 1 2 versus 3 in the customized room. In the chat room, the bulletin board can be used for 15-minute battles. Now this is something which we will see when the update arrives. Then we are going to get 150 rainbow diamonds. So yeah, this is the side updates. The main update is EX Big Mom. So she is a Onigashima version, and when she arrived, I guess I'm thinking like either Gear 5th Luffy is coming, or Zoro is coming, the EX version. So it's just my hunch or my instincts. So let's look at Big Mom's abilities. First, we will look at the skills. So first is when she is in the normal defending state, and she can change from defender to runner. So in the normal, she is a defender. So her skill one is Heavenly Bonbons. A long range area attack that inflicts a speed debuff, also has a chance to set enemies aflame. Puts her on top of the Prometheus, changes her class to runner, becomes temporarily invincible after use. Just like when like EX Akainu, when he uses his magma punches in the air, at that time he becomes temporarily invincible. When Luffy is transforming from normal state to Gear 4th Snake Man and Bounce Man, he becomes temporarily invincible, like that something. And her skill 2 is skill 2 Measure Cannon, a long range multiple hit area attack with a knockback effect. Damage dealt will ignore the enemy's defense stat. So it's a pretty good, just like God Usopp's Bagworm, and becomes temporarily invincible after use and acquires attack debuff effect at level 5. Now when she is riding Prometheus, uh, her skill 1 is a mid-range area attack with a chance to inflict a flame. Also HP will be recovered. Undoes Mount Prometheus, means she will again change back to her defender state, and nullifies stagger for a set period of time. And her skill 2 Fulgora, a long range area attack with a chance to shock enemies, means I guess that's the combination of her sword plus the Hera. A long range area attack with a chance to shock enemies, knocks enemies back if shock couldn't be applied, and nullifies stagger for a set period of time. This skill will be useful against like EX Shank's red hair haki state, when against Luffy, because he nullifies shocks every time, against EX Akainu, like those characters. Now let's see her normal traits and things. So her normal trait, while defender, can ignore the enemy and refill the treasure gauge. Means if you are on your treasure, enemy comes to fight you and take the treasure, it won't apply that if enemy is here, my treasure gauge refill will stop. She will increase the treasure gauge even while the enemy is inside the treasure area. So this is a broken skill. And just like Kaido, she can like here in the trait 2 it's written at the last para, after receiving damage from an enemy which is okay, sorry, not that. Just like EX Kaido, she can refill the treasure gauge till 150%. Okay, yeah, that's a normal trait too. Okay, and next, while riding Prometheus trait, while runner, she can ignore the enemy and capture the treasure. So this is pretty good trait in the last 10 seconds clutch situation. Like you have 2 3 points in while capturing treasure. You got 2 treasures, enemy has 3. If your teammates are too good, you can just go to the treasure area. No matter if there are the enemies, you can still capture the treasure. And when your HP is more than 70%, increase the capture speed by 50%. Now character traits. When using skill 1, remove max HP reduction. This is related to EX Shanks. When Shanks is in his haki state, he can limit your HP. So it will remove when you will use the skill 1 of Big Mom. Now when dealing damage on the first or second hit of a normal attack, 50% chance to set enemy aflame long for 10 seconds. Okay, not broken, but still this has a very good advantages. Like in trait 1, when you are in your team's treasure area and the treasure gauge is 80% or more, reduce damage received by 50%. Also changes knockback to a down effect. I guess this is pretty much like Zephyr. And when you are downed, nullify stagger for 10 seconds and increase attack by 30% for 20 seconds and cannot be stagged. So this is also pretty broken. You can just kill your enemies. Now when a damage dealing flame infliction has been nullified, remove status effects applied to the enemy that buff their target for a certain period of time, does not apply to invincibility, plus removes the enemy's attack increase. You are against reactions EX Akainu, you can nullify their Magmax state, EX Shank's Red Hair Haki state, and even it gives removes the enemy's attack increase. So yeah, that's why this only that Aflame one is pretty broken. Now trait 2, when attacked by an enemy inflicted with Aflame, reduce damage received by 30% and recovers HP by 5%. I guess it's just like Sabo's when he is in that flame state. Now, when attacking an enemy with skill 2, increases the cooldown time of enemy's dodge by 20% and recovers 50% of damage dealt as HP. Okay, this is like, I guess, Frankie, that defender version, not cyber. When Frankie is there, he is a blue defender, just like him. Now that after receiving damage from an enemy which is more than 50% of your max HP, reduce damage received by 50%. So 50% plus reduces damage plus in trait 1 first point reduces damage received by 50%. So it's 100%. Now she doesn't have more damage reduction. It's just like she got 50% damage reduction and that's it. But yeah, 50% damage reduction. And when if the enemy is aflame, so more 30%, so I am considering it still 50%. But she has an advantage for HP recovery. And yeah, that's it. Now let's see the strategies. When riding Prometheus, how to use skill 1, undo Mount Prometheus. Use this skill when you want to go back to being a defender. Thanks to one of her trait and this skill's effect, you can both remove max HP reduction and recover HP. So learn her trait and skill effects carefully to fight against EX Shanks and EX Akainu. Now you will need to decide whether to prioritize changing class or prioritize your skill and trait effects depending on the situation. If you have used EX Luffy, then you know what the strategies you have to apply. If not, you have to just practice it like for 1 week continuously and you will master her. Now her skill 2, Fulgora. This is a fast long range attack that can be used to support allies as well as for close combat. If you can shock the enemy, you can just head off to capture the treasure instead of pursuing them. So you can think it like this. Like when I am using Uta, at that time I am using her sing skill. At that time I just apply the sing to the enemies. At that time I am not able to capture the treasure because the enemies are on the treasure area, but she can capture the treasure no matter where the enemy is. Now, normal state. That was the runner one. This is the defender one. Now, how to use skill one, Heavenly Bones. Mount Prometheus while keeping the enemy in check. It can inflict a flame, so strategically use the skill to activate her traits. When this skill is used, Olin turns into a runner. Now, don't be afraid to use it even if you are guarding the treasure, because even as a runner, her damage reduction traits are active. Okay, this is nice. I like it. So you can defend effectively as a runner too. You can also use the invincible state to dodge the attacks. Okay, yeah, she is a good one. Since it now skill 2, Major Cannon. Since it is a long range area attack, it can be used to protect your treasure area and support your allies. If it hits, her trait will recover her HP, so aim well. Okay. It also ignore defense, so use this skill to aim for KO. This skill also has an invincible state that you can use to strike back. Okay, yeah, she is pretty broken. If you are a defender lover, you can literally have her. Okay, now character strategies. A defender who can change into its class into a runner. As a defender and as a runner, Olin has different specialities, so use her skill strategically. As a defender, Olin has a trait that allows her to ignore the enemy and refill the treasure gauge. She even has a trait that allows you to fill the treasure gauge up to 50% past its max amount, so keep your eyes on the treasure gauge to maintain the advantage. As a runner, Olin has a trait that allows her to ignore the enemy and capture the treasure. This allows Olin to forcibly steal treasure, allowing you to ignore troublesome opponents and stay on the offensive. Olin can change her class by using her skill, so keep track of your skill cooldowns while fighting. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. So, pretty much according to my analysis and my thinking, she's a defender. She is a runner defender when she changes the state, and combinedly, she's an attacker. Even though she doesn't has that attack increase, except for that if she is down she can have the 30% attack increase for 20 seconds, but she also can nullify the ignores the damage increases of the opponents. Means you can even fight defenders, you can fight attackers, heavy attackers which are using like EX Shanks and EX Akainu. I can't say about EX Luffy. I guess EX Luffy could have a pretty much advantage on her. Now, I also want to say that if you are using, if she's an opponent, I guess one counter you can use, like she can't nullify the. I guess so. I didn't read, but I it it's in my mind. Or I see. You can use Dressrosa Luffy. Why? Uh, you don't have to go near her. You can use the laws trait to bring her out of the treasure area and punch her, so to avoid damage reduction of Big Mom. And you can use the skill to block the HP recovery. Like this, I guess Dressrosa Luffy can be her counter, and maybe even EX Luffy is a counter for her. So, okay, these are the two counters which I was just thinking about. Rest, let's see how she is, and am I going to summon her? Yeah, she is broken, but I'll see. I will just check till the when the banner is going to end. Then I will see which more EXs are going to come. I guess I will summon on the last day when she is arrived, means last day of the banner. If Straw Hats are not Straw Hats banner is not arrived of EX Zoro, if EX Zoro's banner arrives or EX Luffy Gear 5th version banner arrives, I'm not going to summon her. Or if I'm going to get some clues that yeah, EX Luffy or EX Zoro is coming. So yeah, that's pretty much all according to my intuition and analysis of the yesterday's event. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.